Today we are going to see directory based coherence protocol. So when we'll be going for directory based coherence protocol? When the number of processors are large. If the number of processors are less, say for example 4 or 8, we can go for Snoop based, and here and in that case you will be using a bus for interconnecting all the cores. So when the number of processors are large, instead of bus connection, we will be going for the interconnection network. And here you can see that these are the cores C1 to Cn. Each core is having its own cache, and all the caches are controlled by corresponding cache controllers, that is known as CC. And in the case of bus based architecture, we are having only one shared memory. Here, instead of having a single shared memory, the memory is distributed among the cores. You can see here, for example, they have shown two memories. The memory is distributed among the cores. So here we are having shared and distributed memory. So what do you mean by distributed memory? Separate memory chunk will be assigned for each core. A particular part of memory will be assigned for each core. So if you are specifying an address, that address will be available only in one particular part of memory. So if you are taking a particular address, that will be available only in a particular part of memory, and that part of memory will be associated with only one core. So whatever address we are going to read or write, that will be available, always available only in one core. In the case of distributed memory. So the whole shared memory is distributed in the case of this type of topology, where we are using an interconnection network for connecting various cores. And each memory will be having its own directory. So let us take this is a particular part of memory associated with C1. This is another part of the same memory which is associated with Cn. If that is the case, each memory will be having its own directory. So what does the directory stores? Mainly directory stores the state of each block of memory. Directory stores the state of each block of memory. In the case of bus based topology also we have seen each cache was having its own table which is holding the state of each block of memory. So similarly here each memory chunk or part of memory is having its own directory which stores state of each block of memory, right? As well as it is having two more things known as the presence bits and the dirty bits, right? So the directory stores the state of each block of memory in that part of memory, right? So the directory is associated with each block which is in turn associated with a particular core, right? So it holds the state of each block. In addition to that, it also holds the presence bit of each block. So what do you mean by presence bit? Presence bits tells that which are the process. The process are represented from 1 to n. Here you can see presence bits p of 1 to n. That means in our case we are having n processes, right? So presence bit, what does it mean? Which are the processes in which the block is available. So let us take my block of memory. We may be available in C1 and C2, right? The data present in the block of memory or the data block will be present in C1 as well as C2. So what will the presence bit shows? That P1 and P2 bits will be 1. So this shows a sample directory entry. So what all entries are there in that directory, a particular directory? First one, it shows which block we are going to represent. So this is a block number, for example, and next these are the presence bits. So here we are going to consider 4 cores P0, P1, P2, P3. Actually there will be more number of cores, Then only you can use interconnect network and directories. For time being, I am representing only 4 cores. And here for block 1, it is represented as 0011. What does it mean? This particular block of data is available in P2 as well as P3. It is not available in P0 and P1. So that is meant by the presence bits. Then the next bit is known as a dirty bit. So what do you mean by dirty bit? It can be either 0 or 1. What do you mean by dirty bit? It will be set if the block is modified, but it is not written to the actual memory or the storage. If the block has been modified with a new data, but it is not stored onto the other places, or it is not stored onto the memory or shared memory, that block is known as dirty block. And if that block is dirty, it will be represented by the dirty bit. So if the dirty bit is 1, that means the block B1 is containing dirty data. Then one more thing the directory will represent, that is known as the state. We told that each block will be having its own corresponding state, and the state information also is available in the directory. Right. So in this case, we have written as the block 1 is having state 2, or block 1 is in state 2. So what do you mean by state 2? These are the state numbers and the corresponding states. For example, I am taking. So again, the states will be depending upon which type of cache coherence protocol you are using. Here I have taken three-way write back invalidation protocol. In the last class also we have seen three-way write back invalidation protocol state transition diagram. So there how many states were there? 3 states were there. Invalid state, shared state, exclusive or modified state. So these were the 3 states. So same example I am taking. So if the state bit is having, if the state is represented as 0, that means the corresponding block is in invalid state. If it is represented as 1, corresponding block is in shared state. Here block 1 is represented as having state 2 or is in state 2. What does it mean? Block 1 is in exclusive or modified state. So this is a sample directory entry. So the directory consists of the presence bits, state and dirty bit of each block of memory. And each part of the memory will be associated with a particular core only in the case of directory based architecture. We need to see 3 terms. One is known as a home node, owner node and requesting node. We need to understand what you mean by these 3 nodes. Node means here we are taking as a core. Here we are having n cores. So node we are representing as a core actually. So what do you mean by a home node? Home node is the core whose memory chunk contains the block of data. That block of data can be either valid or dirty. Valid data means the data is the most recently updated data, that is known as a valid data. Dirty data means it is updated in the block, but it is not updated in the actual shared memory. It is only updated in that particular cache or in the block. It is not updated in the memory. So the home node is a node or a core whose memory chunk contains the block of memory that we are requesting. This block can be either valid or dirty. For example, let us take core 4 is requesting for an address. Core 4 requesting for an address. If the address is present in memory chunk associated with C1, if the address which is requested by C4 is present in the memory associated with C1, then core 1 is known as a home node. Let us take core 4 is trying to access an address. Core 4 is trying to access an address. But that particular address is available in the part of memory which is associated with the C1. It is available in this part of memory which is associated with C1. Then C1 is known as the home node. Next one is known as the owner node. What do you mean by owner node? Owner node is a core which holds the valid copy of the data. Owner node is a core which holds a valid copy of the data. So what is the difference between home node and owner node? In the case of home node, the core will be containing the address, but that block of data can be either valid or dirty. That block of data can be either valid or dirty in the case of home node. So home node contains an address whose data is valid or dirty. But an owner node is a core which holds only the valid copy of the block, which is actually updated copy of the block. So owner node contains only the valid copy of the block or the actual data of the block. That node is known as owner node. And what do you mean by requesting node? From the name itself you will get the idea. The core that issues the read or write request for the block, that is known as a requesting node. The core that issues the read or write request for the block is known as requesting node. So for example, C4 issues a read request, and if that data, that is a valid data, is available in C2, then C4 is known as a requesting node, C2 is known as a owner node. So for example, we are considering C4 which issues a read request on the interconnect network, and if that data which C4 is trying to access is present in or is available in C2, then core 4 is known as a requesting node. Core 2, where the data is available, is known as a owner node. Then here it is shown a sample directory structure. So let us take, we are having a scalable interconnect here. Let us take this is a core 1. So core 1 is having its own local or private cache. It is connected to a part of memory, and this corresponding memory is having a particular directory. And what does this memory contain? Memory contains different blocks of memory. Each block is also known as line. So here generally in the representation in several textbook, the block of memory is also known as one line of memory. So what do you mean by line? It is a region of memory that can be cached as a single block. So in some of the textbooks they will be using a terminology known as line. Line is same as block. So what do you mean by line? A region of memory that could be cached as a single block. This is a particular block that can be cached to the private cache at a particular time. So what will be the size of block? Example say 64 bytes. So block is nothing but it is a group of certain locations that can be cached directly onto the private cache at a particular time. Say at T1, this block or this line will be cached onto a local cache. Say at time T2, the second line or second block will be cached onto a local cache. And the block or line size may be, for example, say 64 bytes. And what does the corresponding directory associated with this part of memory contains? One directory entry per line of the memory. This directory contains a particular entry for each line or each block of memory. So in the directory, there will be a particular entry for each block or each line of memory. And what does the entry represents? What does each entry represents? It represents the presence bits, state and dirty bit of a particular block or line. Each directory entry consists of presence bit, state and dirty bit of a particular block or line. Right. So like that, This directory contains entry for each line present in the memory. In this memory, if you are having 10 lines, in this directory, 10 entries will be there. Each entry corresponds to each line. And directory bit, what does it shows? It indicates that the line is dirty in one of the processor caches. One part of memory may be in one cache, and if any one of the data present in the processor is dirty, then dirty bit will be set. Right. So this is represented by a dirty bit. These are the presence bit. Single one is known as dirty bit. These group of bits are known as presence bits. What do you mean by presence bits? It indicates whether the processor P has that particular line or block in its cache. So if the block of memory is present in P1's cache, then P1 will be set. If it is present in P0 cache, P0 will be set, like that. So this is a sample directory structure. Right. So the directory structure consists of the processor along with the private cache, scalable interconnect, part of memory, and its associated directory. Then let us consider the distributed directory structure. So this will be the example for distributed directory structure. So here you can see that multiple cores will be there. It will be having associated private memory. That means whatever sample directory structure we have seen here will be replicated several times with their own processors, their own part of memory, and its own directory entries. Right. And all these blocks will be connected to the scalable interconnects. So each block in the distributed directory structure will be having a processor, private cache, part of memory, and directory. So this block will be replicated multiple times in the case of distributed directory structure. Then let us take one example showing how the working of the whole thing is happening. Let us take an example where we are considering read miss to a clean line. So what do you mean by clean line or clean block? Clean line means that block of memory is containing valid data. That means it is not dirty. So clean line means or clean block means it is a block of memory containing valid data. That means it is not at all dirty. So what will be the dirty bit? Dirty bit will be cleared. So let us take the first case. Whenever read miss is happening, read miss message will be sent to the home node. In the case of bus architecture, what you have seen, read miss message will be sent on to the bus. A transaction will be sent on to the bus. But here a read miss message will be sent on to the interconnect network. Through the interconnect network, it will be sent to the home node or owner node or say requesting node. Right. So here we are sending a read miss message to the home node. Right. So let us take processor 0 is a requesting node. Processor 0 is sending a read miss message because its local cache is not having the data. Processor 0 tried to read the data. Its local cache is not having the data. So it will send a read miss message to where? To the home node. Let us take processor 1 is known as a home node. Why? Because processor 1 contains the requested data. This blue color shows that this is a block of data what processor 0 was requesting. So since processor 1 contains the valid block of data, processor 1 is known as the home node, processor 0 is known as the requesting node. So requesting node sends the read miss message to the home node. So what does the directory present in the home node do? The directory present in home node is known as home directory. Directory associated with home node is home directory. So home directory checks for the entry for line. Checks entry for the line. That means the home node, the home directory checks whether the particular block of memory which is requested by processor 0 is available in its memory. Home directory will check whether this block of memory is available in its corresponding memory. So that is the first step. Processor will request for with the read miss message. In the second step, what will happen? So it identified that the directory, home directory identified that the memory is containing the data which is requested by the processor. So what will be the second step? The cache controller will check whether that data is dirty or not. So if the dirty bit for that particular cache line is off, and this single block shows the dirty bit. So here we can see that the dirty bit is 0 or it is off. So if the dirty bit of that cache line is off or 0 or it is cleared, what does it do? The home node will respond with the contents from the memory. This is a home node. Home node will respond with the line of data from the memory. Home node will respond that block of memory to the processor 0. Right? So the home node will send this particular block of memory that is shown in blue color. It will send it to the processor 0. So the local cache of processor 0 holds the data which was sent by processor 1. Right? So now the data is present in processor 0. So in order to represent that, what do we need to do? The cache controller will set the presence bit. Which presence bit? 0th presence bit to true. So this is known as a 0th presence bit. 0th presence bit will be set to true or it will be set to 1. True means 1. Right? So 0th presence bit will be set to 1. What does it mean? This indicates that that particular line is cached by processor 0. The home node has sent the particular line to the processor 0 and now that line is available in local cache of processor 0. So what does the directory do? The directory entry should be updated. Which entry? 0th bit of presence bits. So 0th bit of presence bit will be written as 1. What does it shows? We have already seen that presence bit shows that whether this particular block is available in a particular processor or not. So here processor 0 is having the data for the particular line or particular block. So representing for showing that the 0th bit of presence bit which is representing processor 0 will be set. Right. So if the dirty bit is off, then the home node will send the data and it will set the 0th presence bit. That is the second step. Then in the third step, so till now we are dealing with the read miss to clean line. That means my home node is containing the data which is valid. But let us in the second case, let us take the data is dirty. So we are going to consider the case where the read miss is happening, but the particular line is dirty. That means it contains the data which is updated, but that data is not reflected in the actual memory. That updation was not sent to the actual memory. Right. So how will you identify a particular line or block is dirty? Dirty bit will be set. So now you can see that in this particular directory, home directory, the dirty bit is set. Right. So what will be the first step? First step remains the same. Processor 0 need to read a data. When it tries to read from local cache, that block is not available. So read miss will happen and that read miss request will be sent to the home node. Right. Home node is a node which is containing that particular address. But here, now what is the difference? This line is dirty. So how will you identify that? By checking the dirty bit. So if the dirty bit is on or set, that means the block of memory is dirty. Then the data must be taken or sourced from another processor. So here in our example, we have taken that processor 2 is having the valid data. In our example, processor 2 is having the valid data, and that is why processor 2 is known as owner node. Processor 1 is home node because this home node containing the address. Home node contains the address, but the data is not valid. So home node is a node containing the address, but the data can be either valid or dirty. In this case, the data is dirty, and our actual copy of the valid data is present in processor 2. So processor 2 is known as a owner node. So since the data is dirty, what does it do? The data should be taken from another processor with the most up-to-date copy of the line. Most up-to-date copy of the line means valid data, right? So since the dirty bit is on or set, the processor 0 should read the actual data from somewhere else. In my case, it is processor 2, right? So home node should tell the requesting node where to find the data. So home node should inform the processor 0 that where is the actual valid data available. Home node should inform the processor 0 requesting node that where to find for the actual data. How it will tell that? It will be told with the help of specifying the owner ID. It is done through this path, right? How it will tell? Home node responds to the requesting node with a message providing the ID of the line owner, right? So the home node will send a response to the requesting node by sending the owner ID. So it will send a message to the requesting node by specifying which contains the owner ID. What do you mean by owner ID? It will be the ID of the processor, or it will be the ID of owner node which contains the actual data. So in my case, data is present in processor 2. So the home node will respond to processor 0 with the owner ID as 2 because processor 2 is having the actual data. So home node responds with the message providing ID of the owner. Here it will send a message get it from P2. So actually owner ID is sent to the processor 0. Here owner ID is 2. In the third step, what is happening? So in the previous step, home node has sent the owner ID to the processor 0. So in the third step, the requesting node should request data from the owner node. Previously, in the first step, processor 0 was requesting from home node, but since the data is dirty, home node has sent the actual owner ID to the processor 0. So processor 0 now is requesting data from the owner node. This is step number 3. It is requesting data from the owner node. So what does the owner node do? Owner node first of all changes the state in its cache to shared state because the processor 0 is trying to read the data from processor 2, right? Initially, let us take the processor 2, that cache, that block of memory was in, say, for example, modified state or exclusive state. What does it mean? That memory is only accessible to the owner node or that particular core. But now, since processor 0 is trying to read from processor 2 or owner node, that state should be converted from modified to shared. That we have seen. What do you mean by shared state? It is a read-only state. So a block is said to be in shared state if it is read-only, and that block can be accessed by more than one process. If a block can be accessed by more than one block or more than one processor, that block is known as, it is said to be in shared state. So first of all, the owner node change the state of this block to shared state so that processor 0 can read from this node. Then it will respond to the requesting node. It will send a response with the data to the requesting node. Processor 0 has requested the data from owner node. Then owner node will change the state of that block to shared, and that particular block of data is sent to the requesting node. So the data will be stored in the private cache of requesting node. Here what is the requesting node? Processor 0. So now the data present in owner node has been stored onto the private cache of processor 0. So now what modification you need to make? What modification you need to make? You need to make the corresponding entry in the presence bit of the directory. You need to make corresponding entry of the presence bit in the directory. So that will be done in the second stage, in the next step. So here you can see that previously where was the data available? The presence bit of second processor 2. This is a presence bit of 0th processor. This is a presence bit of first processor. This is a presence bit of second processor. So in this step where the data has been sent to the processor, in this step initially processor 2 was having the data. So the presence bit of processor 2 was set, and once the data has been stored onto the processor 0, you can see that processor 0 presence bit also is set. So here you can see that the same data is available in two processors. One is processor 0, second one is processor 2. So this presence bit of processor 0 and processor 2 will be set. Right? Then in fifth step, owner also responds to the home node. Owner responds to the home node. You can see that this is home node. In the previous state, what you have seen? In the previous step, what you have seen? Owner node was responding to the requesting node. In the previous step, owner node was responding to a requesting node. So from processor 2 to processor 0, the message was sent. In step number 5, owner node is responding to the home node. This is step number 5. Owner node is processor 2. It is responding to the home node because till now, till the previous step, home node don't have any idea about the corresponding data present in processor 2 which has been sent to processor 0. So once the owner node has sent the data to requesting node, the owner node also should inform the home node. Why it need to inform the home node? So that home node will clear the dirty bits. Why it is clearing the dirty bit now? Because the home node now it is getting the actual data. Now the dirty bit is cleared. Why? Because now the block of data is having the actual valid data that has been taken from processor 2. So the particular block is having valid data. So the dirty bit is cleared. And one more thing it will do. It will update the presence bits. We have seen before. So it will update the presence bit. What all updation will make? Previously the dirty bit was set only for processor 2. Now the dirty bit is set for processor 0 also. Now not the dirty bit, presence bit. Now the presence bit will be previously presence bit was set for processor 2 alone. Now the presence bit was set for processor 0 also. So here now we can see that both processor 0 and processor 2 is having the copy of data which is valid. So the memory related with home node will get updated data. So the memory block related with the home node will be having the clean data. So these are the 5 steps associated with read miss on a particular line. Initially we have seen that particular line was having a clean data. Then we have seen that that particular line is having dirty data.